At first glance, Kentucky Route Zero may not seem like an excellent point-and-click adventure game. It's linear, the plot doesn't alter from what you choose to say or do, and there's no puzzles to solve or challenges to overcome. You wouldn't be wrong at all for saying that, but you might be missing out on what makes Kentucky Route Zero such an inviting experience. You assume the role of Conway, a washed-up delivery man who's looking to deliver a package to a highway known as Route Zero. You build on Conway's personality through deciding on what he says or does in conversations, but the one question that will always be debating in your mind is whether or not your main character is delusional. Throughout the story, you'll be seeing and hearing things that others won't, but you're given clues that you may be seeing spirits who are revisiting previous locations and activities before they pass away, though the answer is never spelled out for you. You always feel like you're being watched, even when you aren't. It all makes for a very inviting world of supernatural events that make you question on what's real and what isn't. One of the most important aspects to a good narrative-driven experience is the character development, and so far, Kentucky Route Zero doesn't disappoint at getting you invested in this wonderful cast of characters, especially when some of them also have personalities that you build on through conversations. Outside of the choices and dialogue, there's not a whole lot to talk about for gameplay so far. You walk from point A to point B, examining and interacting with the narrative as it unfolds. There is no wrong answer to what you choose to say or do from your selection of options, for the story will still continue on the same path regardless. There will be some what would you do situations, such as escaping a cave, or putting together a song. The game is divided into 5 episodic acts, and each act are split up into scenes. Sometimes the transition to these scenes are in the form of a roadmap where you guide a wheel from point A to point B, and maybe discover a few optional story scenarios. Outside of a few game crashes, one huge crash in particular coming from near the end of Act 2, there's just the disappointment of no plot impact to encourage experimentation in the story. Of course, the episodic journey to Kentucky Route Zero is missing the last 2 acts. When will they be released is uncertain. What can be certain is that we will be evaluating on the final product when the last chapter is released.